story about a young boy, an old man, and a loyal dog. Three souls, drawn together by life's gentle weaving, each with something profound to teach the others. Now, listen closely, for hidden within this tale are whispers of wisdom for all who choose to hear them. The scene fades to an image of a young boy, perhaps 8 or 9, wandering down a dusty path under a golden sun. There was a young boy named Arun. Arun was curious, like many children, but he also carried a sadness within him. You see, he had moved to this small village not long ago, and though he longed for companionship, he hadn't yet made any friends. One day, as he walked along an unfamiliar path, he came upon an old man sitting quietly under a tree. Beside the old man was a dog, a scruffy, gray creature with kind eyes, as old as the man himself. The boy approaches the old man and dog, unsure but intrigued. The old man, sensing Arun's loneliness, looked up and smiled. "Ah, young traveler, will you sit with us a while?" he asked gently. Arun, feeling something warm in his heart, sat down beside them. He noticed how the old man's eyes sparkled, filled with a depth of knowing that was comforting yet mysterious. And the dog, though quiet, placed his head on Arun's lap, as if he, too, understood the boy's need for a friend. Close-up of the monk's face as he narrates with a serene, knowing expression. You see, in that moment, something powerful was happening, even if it seemed ordinary. Arun found, in the old man and the dog, a quiet companionship that didn't demand words. The boy had searched for friends who could speak his language, but there were two who spoke directly to his heart. Cut to a scene of Arun laughing with the old man and playing fetch with the dog. Time passes, showing their bond deepening. As days turned into months, Arun came often to the tree, always welcomed with the same warm smile and a wagging tail. The old man, wise yet humble, began sharing stories. Sometimes they were about great heroes, sometimes about humble villagers, and sometimes they were simply about life itself. "Arun," he would say, "life is a river. Sometimes it flows slow and gentle, other times fast and wild. But wherever it leads, remember to move with it, not against it." The monk pauses, allowing the words to sink in, before he continues with quiet reverence. One day the boy asked, "Why do you sit here each day with only your dog?" The old man, smiling, replied, "I've lived many years, young one. I've seen seasons change, watched friends and family come and go. This tree, this place, is my reminder to be still in a world that never stops moving. And the dog? Well, he is my reminder of loyalty and simple joy." Scene shifts to the three enjoying each other's company, the dog resting peacefully as the old man and the boy laugh. But then, as time does, things begin to change. Arun, now a young man, grew busier with school and friends. He came to the tree less and less, and one day, when he finally returned, he found only the dog lying under the tree, alone. Pause, the monk's eyes reflecting the bittersweet truth of the moment. The old man had passed on, leaving only his loyal companion behind. Arun's heart ached with regret. How he wished he had visited more often, listened more closely, cherished the time they'd shared. But the dog, despite his sadness, placed his head on Arun's lap, just as he had the very first day they met. In that moment, Arun realized the old man's teachings lived on in him. He remembered how the old man had said, "Life flows like a river," and understood that the journey never truly ends. He saw that we carry those we love within us, in our hearts, in our actions, in our memories. So, my friends, remember this story as you go about your lives. Take time to sit by your own tree. Notice those around you, an old friend, a loyal pet, a family member. Time slips away like water through our fingers, and the love we leave unshared can become a quiet ache. Cherish these moments now, for they are the very fabric of our lives. A gentle smile playing on his lips. And the next time you see someone who seems alone, perhaps you'll invite them to sit a while. Who knows? Maybe you'll change their life, and they, yours. After all, even the simplest acts of kindness ripple outward, like stones tossed into a still lake. Soft fade out as the monk bows his head, eyes closing in a silent blessing.